What's up, PumpTalk Nation? Get ready for a tidal wave of news because we're diving headfirst into the biggest stories hitting the wire. First up, the NFL is already throwing curveballs with Week 2 Survivor pool picks, and the San Francisco 49ers are unexpectedly in the hot seat. We've got the inside scoop on who to trust and who to avoid. Then, we're shifting gears to a deeply moving event where the legacy of the Holocaust was discussed at a Survivors Brunch. Hear the powerful perspectives from Rona Kaufman and the children and grandchildren of survivors as they confront rising antisemitism. Next, we're heading to San Francisco, where a promise made to domestic violence survivors is facing a harsh reality. Voters approved free legal aid, but years later, that promise remains unfulfilled, leaving many vulnerable. And finally, we're back on the football field with more NFL survivor picks and best bets for Week 2, breaking down key matchups and offering expert advice from Jason Logan. Don't miss out on any of these crucial updates. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a beat. NFL Survivor Pool Mayhem. Is Brock Purdy's toe a deal-breaker? The NFL season is barely underway, and already survivor pools are feeling the heat. This week, all eyes are on the San Francisco 49ers, a team that was supposed to be a lock for many, but injuries are casting a long shadow. Quarterback Brock Purdy is dealing with a toe issue, and star tight end George Kittle has a hamstring injury, casting doubt on their Week 2 performance against the New Orleans Saints. Despite these setbacks, the 49ers are still favored, but a powerful sportsline projection model is raising a red flag. This model, which has a proven track record of success, is advising players to steer clear of the 49ers, suggesting they might be too risky given their injury woes and a history of inconsistent performance after strong starts. The model is instead backing a surprising dark horse with an impressive win percentage, signaling a potential upset. This situation is creating major buzz among survivor pool enthusiasts, with many questioning whether to trust the injured favorites or heed the model's unconventional advice. The potential for a massive shakeup in pools nationwide is palpable. Will this underdog pick be your ticket to victory, or will the 49ers defy the odds? Stay tuned as we break down more critical picks and insights for Week 2, including a deep dive into the Ravens vs. Browns matchup. Echoes of the past, warnings for the present. Holocaust legacy at Survivors Brunch. A poignant Survivors Brunch, hosted by the Children of Jewish Holocaust Survivors Association in Philadelphia, brought together multiple generations to reflect on the enduring legacy of the Holocaust and confront the alarming rise of antisemitism. Keynote speaker Rona Kaufman, a law professor and granddaughter of survivors, highlighted the unique clarity that comes from Holocaust survivor families in recognizing and calling out contemporary anti-Zionism as a threat to the Jewish people. The event underscored a generational shift in perspective. While the eldest survivors, like 101-year-old Paula Spiegler and Bari Pulaski, cherish the opportunity to reconnect with friends and acknowledge the dwindling numbers of their peers, the younger generations are galvanized by the urgency of the current climate. Children of survivors, such as Elaine, who flew in from Israel, emphasized the importance of honoring their parents' memories and teaching their own children the lessons of never again. Grandchildren, like Monique, spoke passionately about the need for proactive advocacy and rejecting an apologetic Jew stance, stressing the importance of survival in the face of escalating hatred. Morton Klein, national president of the Zionist Organization of America, echoed these concerns, urging a strong response to the demonization of Israel. The association's executive vice president, Rita Ratson, affirmed the organization's mission to remember and honor their families and the Holocaust, while Jake Stedman, the association's president, called for unity among Jewish organizations to combat this threat. This gathering wasn't just about remembrance, it was a powerful call to action. The shared sentiment was that education is not enough, and a united front is crucial. Sandy Coppett, corresponding secretary, expressed frustration over the lack of unity, noting how organized pro-Palestinian groups pose a clear threat with specific goals that extend beyond the Jewish community. The association is actively drafting a letter urging Jewish agencies to stand together against antisemitism, aiming to foster a collective response to what many perceive as a dangerous and escalating global challenge. These powerful reflections highlight a community united in memory and determined to face the future head-on. But will unity be enough? We're turning to San Francisco next, where a critical promise to domestic violence survivors is facing a shocking betrayal. San Francisco's broken promise: domestic violence survivors denied legal aid. In San Francisco, a city that proclaimed itself a leader in civil rights, a vital promise made to domestic violence survivors is crumbling. Voters overwhelmingly passed Proposition D in 2022, a measure intended to establish a city office and provide free civil legal representation for victims. Yet, 3 years later, not a single attorney has been hired under the proposition, and instead, Mayor Daniel Lurie has proposed drastic cuts to existing legal aid services, including the potential elimination of funding for the Cooperative Restraining Order Clinic, CROC, a nonprofit that serves hundreds of survivors annually. Inspector Tony Flores of the SFPD's Special Victims Unit describes CROC as the Nordstrom of restraining orders, emphasizing its critical role in guiding survivors through the complex legal process. Emberly Cross and Tara Berta, CROC's attorneys, work tirelessly, never turning anyone away despite facing immense demand. Studies show that legal services are crucial for survivors to escape abuse, with access to attorneys being the single biggest factor in reducing domestic abuse. However, most survivors cannot afford legal help, and San Francisco's investment in legal services, while significant, is perpetually insufficient. The city has fewer than a dozen specialized attorneys, and Prop D was meant to expand this crucial support. Assemblywoman Catherine Stefani, who authored the proposition, calls the lack of funding an absolute disgrace, highlighting the stark contrast with the constitutional right to an attorney for criminal defendants. The concept of civil guardian, a right to counsel in civil court, remains largely unmet, despite San Francisco having previously declared itself a right to civil counsel city. Research consistently demonstrates that investing in civil legal aid yields substantial returns, saving cities millions in future costs. However, Prop D, lacking an attached revenue source, has stalled, with funding removed from the budget despite voter approval. While Mayor Breed did create a mayor's office for victims' rights, it lacks the essential legal services component. Advocates are sounding the alarm, with groups like the San Francisco Domestic Violence Consortium warning that progress is regressing. Proposed budget cuts threaten to eliminate CROC's funding entirely, a move that would devastate survivors. Despite efforts to mobilize and advocate, the city's budget decisions reflect a devaluing of these essential services. Survivors are left in a precarious position, often forced to choose between staying in abusive relationships or facing homelessness without legal recourse. The promise of safety and justice, enshrined in Prop D, remains tragically unfulfilled. This broken promise in San Francisco is a stark reminder of the fight for justice. But the fight continues on another field, the NFL, where strategic decisions could make or break your season. We've got more Survivor picks coming up. NFL Week 2 Survivor picks: Ravens favored, Rams a smart play. As NFL Week 2 approaches, the landscape for Survivor pools is already shifting, with several heavy favorites from Week 1 finding themselves in tougher-than-expected contests. Jason Logan, a seasoned analyst, is offering his expert picks for navigating these treacherous waters. While many players might be tempted by the massive spreads, Logan advises caution against picking the most popular teams, suggesting a smarter strategy involves identifying value and avoiding common pitfalls. Logan highlights the Baltimore Ravens as a strong favorite in their home opener against the Cleveland Browns, with odds reflecting a high implied win probability. The Ravens are looking to rebound after a tough Week 1 loss, and historically, John Harbaugh has a strong record against Cleveland. This matchup presents a classic high-spread scenario, often a target for Survivor pool participants. However, Logan also points to the Lowe's Angels-Rams as a compelling, potentially under-the-radar pick against the Tennessee Titans. Despite being a road team, the Rams, under Sean McVay, are seen as having a significant coaching advantage over the Titans' rookie head coach, Brian Callahan. The Titans' offense showed significant struggles in Week 1, and the Rams' defense is expected to pressure rookie quarterback Cam Ward effectively. Logan emphasizes that the Rams might offer better future value compared to other top contenders like Baltimore or Buffalo, with fewer slam-dunk matchups later in the season. This makes them an attractive option for Week 2, allowing players to save their more popular, higher percentage picks for later. The analysis also touches upon the performance of teams like the Denver Broncos, Arizona Cardinals, Cincinnati Bengals, and Pittsburgh Steelers, who all face challenges in Week 1 despite being popular survivor picks. This serves as a reminder that even perceived locks can be vulnerable. Fans are advised to consider these strategic nuances, balancing the allure of high-probability wins with the risk of using up valuable future picks on teams that might face unexpected resistance. The goal is to outlast the competition, not just survive the week. These strategic insights could be the key to dominating your survivor pool this season. But before you lock in those picks, don't go anywhere. We've got a quick recap and a full call to action coming your way right after this. All right, PumpTalk Nation, let's do a lightning round recap. We covered the wild NFL Week 2 survivor pool drama with the 49ers facing injury concerns. We heard the powerful intergenerational reflections on Holocaust legacy and the fight against rising antisemitism. We exposed San Francisco's broken promise to domestic violence survivors denied legal aid. And we broke down Jason Logan's sharp NFL Week 2 survivor picks, including a smart play on the Rams. That's all the action for today, but we're just getting started. If you got value from this broadcast, smash that like button, subscribe to PumpTalk News for all your essential updates, and ring that notification bell so you're always in the know. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms for more exclusive content and join the conversation in the comments below. We'll see you next time.